forewarned when she scorned is from God we run. Bar none, we have fun when she comes through. Not the type that take light and run through. Disrespect she won't accept, now the fun's through. At her best, the ecstasy expressed makes her the one you run to. A dime a dozen, loving doesn't make you want to stay true. But the love she provides, you would die if she decides to ignore you. The future's in her face, hard to say. If I don't change my ways, will she choose to stay? Who's to say if this love is commonplace? Willing to give it all it takes.
Yo, what's going on? I'm back at it once again, remaining consistent, persistent with this here. You know what I'm saying? Top of the morning to you. That goes for the evening and afternoon too. And I hope everything is going well in your day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you're getting everything you deserve. But I wanted to chop it up to you about loyalty. You know what I'm saying? The importance of how it plays out in your life in different aspects. And today we're gonna do something a little bit different, man. I got a very intelligent, you know what I'm saying, very innovative mind on the phone with me right now. I value her opinion, her perspective. She's very intelligent. And yeah, man. Carla, do you want to say what's up?
How's everybody doing?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a good conversation. And yeah, so when it comes to loyalty, to me, I feel as though the misconception with loyalty is not always founded in love. You know what I'm saying? Because if you believe that love is unconditional and your loyalty is based on what somebody's doing for you, therein lies the conflict as far as your loyalty being based on love. Now, that's not to say that you won't necessarily be loyal because of love, because at times that does play a part. But I feel like the misconception is because you remain loyal to something, that you love it, you're devoted to it, you're dedicated to it unconditionally. And if that is your understanding of loyalty, therein lies the reason you might be attaching your loyalty to things that are not beneficial to your growth as a person, or as a, you know, as you being a part of your tribe, your family, what have you. You know what I'm saying? You have to place and invest your loyalty in the proper avenues. You know what I'm saying? And very important, very important. Carla, what you think, man, about loyalty and love being conjoined at the hip? Do you think that's necessarily the case, or what do you think?
I think in some cases that's true, but I also think loyalty can also stem from, like, you're certain that that person or that thing is going to be dependable. It's something that you can always count on. So you're going to give them what you know you can receive back.
Right on. That's a good point, because loyalty, to me, just like you said, is dependability. You know what I'm saying? Remaining dedicated to whatever you're loyal to. And that was a very important point that you just raised, which you kind of got my juices flowing mentally for this next point. Us being loyal to that which is a detriment to our well-being as far as principles, you know what I'm saying, traditions, can also be a detriment to our growth and on our development. You know what I'm saying? Relying or depending on that which you believe will always be constant, and in reality it isn't constant, can lead to, you know what I'm saying, ill will. It can lead to resentment. It could lead to depression, things like that are not conducive to your growth as a human being. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're loyal, you feel what I'm saying, doesn't mean that, one, you have faith in what you're loyal to, and then two, that there's love involved in that loyalty. And the reason I say that, what you say?
No, I was just agreeing. I was agreeing with what you were saying.
Right on. Well, I'm gonna break down why I feel like that, and then you can tell me what you kind of think about why that's the case. Think about this. If there's a man or a woman, right, that's loyal to somebody in their living situation, you know what I'm saying, in their domestic partnership, we'll call it that. You feel me? If they're loyal in that situation because the finances are good, you know what I'm saying, they're receiving residuals, receiving money. As soon as that money flow stops being a reality, if that loyalty is broken and it ceases to be, you cannot say honestly and sincerely that, one, you were truly dedicated or devoted, you were truly loyal, and then two, you cannot say that you have love for that situation or that person, that relationship, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Because if you love something, I feel as though you're going to naturally be loyal. Not necessarily if you're loyal that you love, but if you love something, love someone, you're going to be loyal to that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be loyal to that unconditionally, just like your love would be unconditional. You feel what I'm saying? What you feel? What you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. So you're saying that when you're loyal, if it's like a positive type, I think what you're saying is that can there be a positive type of loyalty and a negative type? So the positive type would be no matter what that person is doing for you, you're always going to be loyal to them no matter the circumstances. But maybe like the negative type would be, oh, so since this person's not, doing this for me anymore, I don't need to be loyal to them, or I don't need to be dependable for them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in a nutshell, yeah, exactly. Because the reason I felt it important to bring it up is because I feel as though many of us get loyalty confused with remaining involved for your personal benefit. You know what I'm saying? Just because you remain in a situation and endure, you feel me, doesn't mean that you're loyal. Loyalty, I feel as though, is a genuine, sincere dependency in a positive sense. Go check out my dependency video, independence video, when you got an opportunity. It's out now. But dependency, as far as camaraderie, reciprocity involved in that dependency, you're depending on one and then the other is depending on you. However many people are involved in this relationship, But that, to me, the natural, sincere dependency, the camaraderie, the companionship with reciprocity, that's real loyalty, and to me, you cannot build anything of any kind of substance without loyalty, devotion, sincere loyalty, sincere devotion. You know what I'm saying? It can't be done to me because you have to remain dedicated and consistent. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily to one person involved in that situation, but to the overall goal. You see what I'm saying? To whatever the plan is. Dedication or loyalty to the understanding in the relationship. I feel like that's where we get off track at times as well. We put loyalty in people or give our loyalty to people, you know what I'm saying? Expecting that person won't make a mistake, this person doesn't have flaws. Until you come to an understanding, this is my recommendation. Again, I'm not, my disclaimer, I don't got all the answers, but I do want to say this part right here. In my opinion, when it comes to loyalty, you have to first come to an understanding before you invest your loyalty. Do you feel that? Do you disagree? What you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I would say maybe continue to have that conversation throughout the relationship, because you never know if somebody may change their course of action or change their mentality, and the whole time you're still going steady for the goal, and then a couple years or a couple months later, the people that you were dealing with to try and achieve this common goal, they may have, down the line, been like, oh, well, I want to go in this direction. Yeah. So you're trying to hold steady with the goal, you know what I mean? And then they're, on the other hand, they're off on another course. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I feel you 100%. And that's why I feel as though your loyalty to the goal should never change. If you really believe in that goal and you're sincere about achieving that goal, just because the person might not be consistent that says or claims that they're going for that same goal, your loyalty or dedication to that goal should never change. They have to be consistent, like unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? That's why love of self is very important. Self-love and having self-respect and not doubting yourself will allow you to remain loyal to whatever yourself says the goal is, whether somebody's with it or not, whether they change midway through or not. You feel me? And I feel as though once we direct and focus the aim or where we invest our loyalty, a lot of us will be a lot better for it. We won't feel as hurt. We won't feel as taken advantage of, as trampled on, because I feel as though sincere, loving people who are gracious, who are kind, who are by nature good people, are more times than not loyal people who are loyal, people who are honorable. To me, loyalty is honorable. You know what I'm saying? The reason I say it's honorable is because to be loyal, to not sometimes a person, but I would not advise that. But to remain loyal to a goal, a process, to remain loyal despite all that might come, the pitfalls, the setbacks, that takes not only courage of heart, but it also takes resilience mentally, and it also takes a person that has strong self-love or love of self to be able to maintain and endure, you know what I'm saying, that loyalty, or maintain and build on that loyalty for the long haul. You know, that's very important, in my opinion. You know, very important. Because, again, loyalty can be absent of love, but love is you know, if there's love involved, there's loyalty involved too, in my opinion. That's how I see it. You know, just like there's fake love, there's fake loyalty, you know what I'm saying? Or that would be called disloyalty, but, you know, I feel as though it can be faked or pretended. I feel as though it can. And depending on your definition of loyalty, what you feel like you're expected to present or invest because of that loyalty will determine, you know what I'm saying, if that person is a disloyal person, how you'll be affected by that. You know, it determines how you will accept or expect others to prove their loyalty, depending on your definition of loyalty. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So would you say conditional love is synonymous with fake loyalty?
Break that down. That's I would say, yeah. From my perspective, yeah. But what would make you ask that one, man? That's a good question though. That's something to think about. I think it is. I think disloyalty or pretended loyalty is synonymous with fake love. I do. I really do.
You do? Because what if you're, like, on a business side of things, what if, say, I have assets that can help you, you know, reach your goal, and maybe we might have a common goal and we both have assets or both have contributions that can get us closer to achieving that goal.
Yeah.
But it's just like a business relationship, like, you know what I mean? So do you think that would be fake loyalty? Even though, like, once you help me reach what I need to reach, and once I help you reach what you need to reach, we just go about our ways. You know what I mean?
To me, nah. To me, that's actually that's an understanding. But to me, the loyalty is coming in by once, like you just said, you're bringing assets, and then another person will be bringing assets to that situation. As long as the understanding is once I help you get yours, and then you help me get mine, we part ways. As long as you remain loyal to the process or what is needed to be achieved, I don't feel like that's fake loyalty. Because timing, again, we all have one life to live. You feel what I'm saying? Would you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, us having one life to live, timing is always going to be a factor in while you're experiencing life in flesh. So that being said, most, if not everything, actually everything while in flesh has an expiration date, in my opinion. Now, most might disagree. Most might be like, man, love lasts forever. But okay, unconditional love does last forever. It doesn't cease to be. But everything has an expiration date, meaning the love or the way you express that unconditional love while in flesh has an expiration date. You know what I'm saying? The way you can present it while in flesh has an expiration date. The same with loyalty. And the reason I say that is, once you cease to be, no, you cannot invest loyalty in flesh or in the physical any longer. So that being said, having one life to live, where you place your loyalty, if you recognize that the process is not warranting any return, it's fruitless, you can choose to, you know, pull back that which you are loyal to as far as the process is concerned. I'm not saying do somebody greasy and you know, become a slouch or a crummy person, you know, and do something disloyal to a person, but I'm talking about as far as the process. Because if you're loyal to a process and you're united under a common goal with other people, the loyalty is going to naturally matriculate, or is that the word? Trickle down. It's like a trickle down effect. The loyalty for the overall goal is going to trickle down to all those involved in that same goal. So naturally, you know, until the goal is achieved, that loyalty is going to be there. But once the goal is achieved, you can decide if you want to, you know, achieve higher heights after that goal is accomplished and continue to invest your loyalty in another goal that is understood by those who you achieved the first thing with, or you can decide, okay, I'm gonna take my loyalty and invest it somewhere else, because that was a rocky road right there. Yeah, I kept my loyalty intact to the goal, we accomplished it, but hey, I don't think I can go another marathon with this person, another stint with this person, you know. So let me take my, you know, and just because you're loyal to somebody or something or tradition now doesn't mean you cannot reevaluate why you're loyal to that thing or that situation or that person or whatever.
Yeah.
You can always reevaluate because that's your right to do so. You know, I would never advise you to continue to be loyal to something that's not gaining you anything for self-growth, not selfishly, you know what I'm saying, but not gaining you anything as far as progressing you as a human being, and therefore making you a better member of your tribe, your family, your community, whatever the case. Everything you do should be for the sake of self-growth, love, for the sake of self-development, so therefore that which you developed inside can be manifested outward, externally. And if you're placing your loyalty on somebody, into something, if you're investing your loyalty to something that's damaging you inside, you know, your idea, not only is your idea of loyalty gonna be disturbed and tainted, but now the way that you feel as though loyalty should be expressed is gonna be tainted. The things you're gonna expect when somebody's trying to prove that they're loyal to a goal, a program, a process, whatever, you're not gonna receive it, you're not gonna believe it, because somebody was disloyal with you, took advantage of your loyalty, there was no reciprocity involved, and now, you know, your vision of loyalty is in disarray. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. I wonder, so how do you think somebody could kind of like start off on a clean slate with that? Like how you were saying, if somebody has been, you know, if all throughout their life in their face has been disloyalty and, you know, bad treatment and people doing them wrong, and that's all they know, how do you think somebody could start off again with maybe with someone new or with a new, more beneficial relationship? How could they kind of like take away all that stuff they've been taught throughout their life?
That's a good question, man. I can share with you what I think, not saying it's like the gospel or anything, but to me, knowing where to invest your loyalty, which I believe, again, I can't say this enough, it's very important to be loyal in some aspect. You have to have the quality of loyalty within you to be able to persist, be consistent, to remain dedicated, have allegiance to. You see what I'm saying? Think about this. The soldiers, and I will answer your question, I'm not trying to, you know, steamroll or nothing like that, but I just want to get this point across. Think about when this country goes to war with another country. If the citizens here that enlist in the war if they were not loyal or did not have allegiance to this country, they would not fight with any kind of fervor on behalf of this country. You know what I'm saying? They would not fight with their spirit, with, you know, without that loyalty. You cannot say, and our problem is we those of mine, those of the tribe, we place our loyalty in things that don't reciprocate that loyalty. So to answer your question, how you can start to build a better understanding of not only where to invest your loyalty, but how to, you know, tailor make it to where it's beneficial to all involved wherever you do place that loyalty. I feel as though it starts with yourself. You have to be loyal to yourself first. And I know that's gonna probably be a cliche, but I truly believe this. You know what I'm saying? You have to be loyal to yourself, meaning understanding that we all will make mistakes. We all are gonna bump our heads. We all are gonna skin our knees, you know, but we will heal in time, you know? So what I'm saying is, if you remain loyal to yourself, you don't give up on yourself, you remain dedicated, sincere, you know, sincerely loving yourself, everything internally will be manifested. If it's not in you to manifest, you won't be able to manifest it. So that being said, if you remain loyal to yourself and build the standard of loyalty within you, you know what I'm saying, which you will and won't tolerate, what isn't conducive to your loyalty remaining intact for yourself, what will compromise that loyalty, until you do that earnestly, practically, with yourself, you know what I'm saying, then you'll expect that same standard of loyalty outwardly. You know, you're not gonna just go for everything and be loyal to everybody. when talking about like a relationship? I guess that's what you were asking, like a relationship with a person?
Yeah, with a person, or, you know, just reaching a common goal, just any aspect that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I really believe it starts with yourself, man. Everything starts within. Everything you could think about. When you go out into the world, the way you operate in society, everything started within. The verbs that come out of your mouth, the words that leave your lips, it was a thought first. It was inside. You had to organize it, and then you had to express it. I feel like that's the same with love. If the love is not inward, it won't be manifested. You won't see it externally. If what anything else you can think about, if you don't have loyalty for yourself, it can't be manifested. If you don't have faith in yourself, faith outward for anything else can't be manifested with any kind of sincerity. You can be deceived into believing that you should have faith for something, or you can be deceived into believing that you should be loyal to something, but that's not sincere loyalty because you don't have all the facts as to why you're loyal to. That's why you got to start to evaluate the things or person that you are loyal to. First, evaluate that, think about why, and be really honest with yourself when you're thinking about these things. Don't cut yourself any breaks, and think about why, and then evaluate how loyal you are to you. Have you compromised things for the sake of loyalty of something outside of yourself, and then disturb the loyalty or the harmony within yourself? If you've done that, then the loyalty that you think you're manifesting is not genuine loyalty, because it's conditional. As soon as something goes wrong, you're gonna jump ship. Were you really loyal? That goes back to the example I was telling you earlier. If somebody paying all your bills, as soon as the money dry up and then you jump ship, were you really loyal? I don't think so. And it's very important because when it comes to any relationship with a person, not necessarily being loyal to that person. Do not get me twisted. Loyalty to not only the understanding that you guys might come to, but also loyalty to the goal at hand that you guys might have decided upon. If you cannot first understand the loyalty you might have for yourself, and if it's damaged, repair it, or if it's still in this, younger years, to cultivate it, to grow it up. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't begun to do that within yourself, anything that you feel like you're loyal to right now, anything that you feel like you're investing your loyalty in right now, it's not gonna go the way it should go, I don't think. Now, people might see it different. You might understand loyalty a different way. This is my opinion of. And the reason I felt it important to bring it up is, again, loyalty is very important when it comes to building a family, when it comes to building a tribe. Think about this. Think about this 1 second. I'm gonna bring this point up and you tell me what you think about this. When it comes to women, those of us, I'm speaking to those of mine right now that share my struggle, common ancestry, the whole nine, those of mine. When it comes to our women putting some of the brothers on child support, right? Think about this. Are you really loyal to the man that helped you cultivate a young man or a young woman? You know what I'm saying? That helps you, who participated? You created the child and gave birth to the child and nurtured the child. That is very true. I cannot take that from you. You did that. But what I'm saying is, are you really loyal to that situation as far as developing and growing a solid family? If you run to the court, you know what I'm saying, and expect them to get what you feel like you're owed from the man who you're trying to build a family with. To me, that's disloyal. You can cut it how you want to cut it. I know people be like, man, there's some deadbeats out there, they're not taking care of their child. You can still come to a conclusion, even in disagreement. You can come to an understanding with the man before you run to the court and put the judge all in your business and attorneys all in your business, because they're not going to want best for your kid, for you, for the man, none of that. That's disloyal to me. And that, again, shows that if you believe loyalty is, as long as I get mine, I'm gonna just put my loyalty, that's not real loyalty, because now you run to the court and you're loyal to a court that don't care about your family, don't care about your family's family, none of that, the family before, none of that. They don't care about nothing you got going on and trying to build. So why would you place faith or have loyalty to a system or institution that doesn't want to see you succeed or your family succeed? You feel what I'm saying? this what I want to ask you. Like, when it comes to child support, and you will remain anonymous. I'm not gonna put you out there, nothing like that. When it comes to child support, do you feel like that's a disloyal act on behalf of the woman to go to the court to seek what she believes is justice on behalf of her living situation?
I think the only way it would be disloyal, I think it's based on the situation. So to me, I don't agree with it if the individual seeks that action like maliciously, if they're just trying to, be evil about it and, just seek bad things to happen to the father. Now, in another case, if the mother of the child maybe tried to reach an agreement, tried to conversate about it, tried to talk it out, tried to work things out, and the father of the child is just not trying to hear it, is not trying to, you know what I mean? If somebody on either end is not being cooperative, then I think it'll be okay to try and, get some outside mediation in order to reach an agreement or to reach a type of settlement where both people can either benefit or just, because the main thing is that the child needs to be taken care of. That's the youth, that's the future. So whatever they need, I think however you can go about getting the child what they need, I think that's fine. I think it'd be best if the mother and the father can reach an agreement without having to bring everybody into their business. But if one person's not being cooperative, then I feel as if the mother of the child, the father of the child, whoever it is that's bringing the courts into it, they might not have a choice. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a possibility, definitely. I feel that point. I feel what you're saying. To me, when it comes to coming to a conclusion about what should be done within that household, even still, man, I feel what you're saying. Not to discredit what you're saying, I feel you. Sometimes mediation is necessary, but the where you seek that mediation from is very important as well. And my whole thing is, when it comes to child support, that just staying on this topic, mediation shouldn't come from a court system to dictate how the funds within that family should be handled. Now, I do understand there are exceptions. There are some people that try to skate away from responsibility and all that, and I guess they're trying to promote it to where child support is to help those women who can't get their, baby fathers to, be responsible for the child. I get they promote that, but that does damage to the brothers that are actually trying to do something for their family. They're doing what they're able to do. It's hard for a lot of people out here. So what I'm saying is, for the ones that go and seek that mediation or counsel or intervention from the court systems and put the court in their business, upon the news that they spread about what they might have gained from that situation, or even news clips that people might see, women might see, or whatever the case may be, that right there, the narrative being shaped that the courts are trying to help the family is what is misguiding, I feel like, a lot of women to place their loyalty in the system to gain what they feel like they're owed, as opposed to like I feel like we agree on, coming to an understanding amongst each other. Even in disagreement, I feel like disagreement is the ground for most women who are spiteful and vindictive like that to go to the court. There's a disagreement on the amount that should be paid, or the time where he can come get the kid. It's a disagreement, so she'd be like, you know what, I'm finna go, I know what to do with you. I'm about to go up here and put you on, and that should not be the case. And I feel you though. I feel you 100%. And I just wanted to bring that part up about the child support, excuse me, pardon me, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring that up about the child support because I feel like that's a good example about loyalty being misguided, you know what I'm saying? Or having a false idea of loyalty, even if you don't see it like that. Like, I know some women be like, I don't have loyalty to the court if I'm going to me, loyalty is based in action. That's the bottom line. Loyalty is based in what is produced. Again, if it's not in you to produce it, you won't manifest it. And loyalty is shown. I could sit right here and say to this intelligent woman on the phone right now, I could say I'm loyal to you. I'm just saying it. But if I haven't produced any actions to prove that I'm loyal, it's just like faith. Faith without the works is dead. You're not going to believe or have faith And my loyalty to you, if there's no actions or works behind that, you know what I'm saying, that faith. It's the same with loyalty. It's all about the action. And I want to ask you one more thing before we slide out. When it comes to loyalty to traditions, I really wanted to touch on that real quick. Loyalty loyalty to traditions is a pitfall that many of us fall into. There are some things that maybe traditionally I do and that I subscribe to is not. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have my loyalty in that as well, so I'm not immune to that. But I'm saying that's why it's important to evaluate where you're placing your loyalty, what you have loyalty for, and it should be a practical reason why that loyalty is in place. Not for a wicked or insidious reason, but in a reciprocal fashion that's benefiting not only you. Your loyalty is not only benefiting you, but that which you're loyal to. And if that's not the case, if it's one-sided, and you feel like your loyalty is one-sided, reevaluate why you're loyal to. You know what I'm saying? If you feel as though your loyalty is conditional, like if this person don't do this, this, and this, I'm not gonna stay dedicated to nothing. Reevaluate what you think loyalty is. And then to those of you that don't care about loyalty being a factor in your everyday relationships, just expect things to get rocky and things not to remain consistent. Because loyalty is a main part. Even if there's no love involved, sometimes loyalty will keep things intact. And I know that's gonna sound crazy. You're gonna be like, man, didn't you just say that love and loyalty should be hand in hand? Yeah, but as this intelligent mind on the phone said, if there's a common understanding that the goal that needs to be reached is going to take dedication, you know what I'm saying, loyalty and devotion by both parties involved, that might not be a love situation. It might be business. But as long as there's loyalty to the goal will be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? As long as all parties involved are loyal, the goal will be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And I got to give you a credit on that, wise caller. You know what I'm saying? That was a good point. You know, that's a very good point. Very good point. But yeah, man, no pressure. Do you have any last words about loyalty? Anything I didn't touch on or missed out on before we cut out?
I just want to say, I think you touched on it a couple minutes ago, but you were saying like loyalty to traditions.
Yeah.
Didn't you? So I just want to say about that. I mean, especially nowadays, you know, sometimes we grow up and we're not really aware of the knowledge or the lack thereof of what we're being fed. So I think it's very important for people to really look into what they're being taught, you know, kind of figure out, is that the full story? Has something else happened? Is there more information that I'm not being told? We really have to be kind of skeptical in a way of what we're being fed, because a lot of the times we don't get the full information, and then we may be going through life, you know, just standing on a principle that we're not fully aware of what we're standing on, or we're not fully aware of what we're supporting. So we have to be able to back up what we believe in and know, you know, like the back of our hand, what we support and what we're standing behind. And a lot of the times we just blindly, you know, follow what somebody or something is telling us, and we don't look into it for ourselves. So.
Man, hey, wise words, man. Hey, I don't got no kind of rebuttal to that. That's real. And I agree 100%. I'll second that. You know what I'm saying? Really evaluate your principles, what you're dedicated and loyal to. That's very important, because what you might have been fed in your formative years might not be conducive to you becoming a better person. Not only just for you, but for all those who you might come in contact with. That's a very good point, and I agree. And that being said, I appreciate you tuning in with me and chopping it with me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. You made some very valid, solid points. You know what I'm saying? As I knew you would, you know. And yeah, until next time, man. Everybody have a good one. Evaluate where you're placing your loyalty. Redefine in your mind what loyalty means to you. And then invest it properly. You know what I'm saying? Because loyalty is a major part in a cohesive relationship, maintaining its cohesiveness. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. So yeah, yes indeed.
Plan, plot, and strategize. I'm taking aim with blind eyes. I'd be alive if I said I didn't fantasize about the day a nigga died. What's the point of getting high? Snap back to reality, still I can't see a reason to try. I can't cry though I want to. You claiming love, but I see no proof. Shout with lies as I try to define the dry truth. Life isn't ever tight in the noose as I fight to break loose. Bad news, setbacks, catch-22s, make it so I have nothing left to lose. Who you kidding for? We could bust a move and I demonstrate what you seek to prove. My emotionalism expresses my position. Pay attention. Wouldn't want to die cause you